I was able to pelt Rocketeers with 177 snowballs as a solo raider, which earned me a staggering 44,250 points for this challenge. There are two separate methods I use to accomplish this, one that will require having showstoppers and one that requires nothing more than an anvil and some patience. In order to ensure you maximize your score, I highly recommend you spend one game farming up snowballs to pack your inventory before you head into the raid where you'll actually do this trials in. Farming snowballs takes a great deal of time, especially if you use a single snow patch. You can farm one snowball every 6 seconds, which means in order to fill an MK2 loot bag, which can hold roughly 100 snowballs with some ammo and heal items, it takes a full 10 minutes to get it done. Add in the time it takes to defrost and you're looking at 15 minutes give or take. You can expedite the process if you find multiple snow piles in close proximity to each other and just run between them, but either way, you will spend a lot of time making snowballs, so don't try and do it in the raid you're aiming to get your high score in. For your equipment, if you have showstoppers, bring plenty. Unless you know the sweet spot, it will take more than one showstopper to bring down a Rocketeer. So give yourself some buffer room for missed throws and throws that hit but don't disable it. Bring a heavy weapon like the anvil, or you can also go with a renegade. Both are great for taking out thrusters on the Rocketeer, which will be necessary for you in this challenge without showstoppers. Pack healing items that will help you recover if you take a few rockets from the Rocketeer. You can do this on any map with Cold Snap, but I would recommend to avoid Buried City given there are less Rocketeers flying around, so you have a higher chance of raiders destroying your Rocketeer once you disable it. Blue Gate has several Rocketeers, at least 3 if not 4. Once you spawn in, head to an area closest to you that has a Rocketeer roaming. Make sure the area you find has some level of cover for you to use to warm up and stay safe from Rocketeer rockets. Once you find a spot you're comfortable in, clear out any straggling enemies first, then aggro the Rocketeer. You'll need to stay in cover until the Rocketeer gets close, then you can use your showstoppers to bring it down. It took me several showstoppers to drop a Rocketeer, but once they work, the idea is that the Rocketeer will be disabled, flip over on its head, and then become paralyzed upside down on the ground. Once it's in this position, it can't take off, it will stay in place, and it doesn't seem like it can reposition at all. That said, stay behind it, as it can and will still fire rockets from the front side, but after that, just unload your entire inventory of snowballs into the Rocketeer. It's really as simple as that. If you can find an angle to pelt them while being in cover, this speeds up the process since you don't need to take breaks to warm up. The longer the Rocketeer stays paralyzed, the higher chance of random raiders coming up and destroying it, so unload your snowballs fast. Once you've exhausted your snowballs, find a couple of snow piles in an area where Rocketeers normally patrol. Farm up as many snowballs as time allows in your match, then aggro your second Rocketeer. I recommend using the houses in the village on Blue Gate. Rocketeers patrol near here, and there is a raider hatch close by that you can use to make a quick escape. This will allow you to maximize your time and score while you're on the map. Without showstoppers, your goal is to destroy both of the front thrusters and only the thrusters. It will take a couple of cylinders of anvil shots to destroy a thruster, or a magazine or two from a renegade, but once both thrusters are destroyed, it will be paralyzed and fall to the ground, just like it does with showstoppers. If it's been damaged beyond just the thrusters, it can explode on impact with the ground, so be aware of that. Otherwise, you're doing the exact same thing as you would with showstoppers. Find an angle from behind it or on the side and unload the snowballs you have left in your inventory. Try and stay as close as you can to the raider hatch so you can leave at the very last moment. Make sure you hit the button before the timer reaches 0, and I recommend leaving while there's still time on the clock just to be safe. During this run, I got really lucky by finding a window where the Rocketeer for some reason couldn't see me. But the best way to do this without a cheese is to use a small building with 2 exits. Aggro the Rocketeer from as far away as you can, and you'll get a window of time to do damage before it actually attacks. Once it's close enough, it will attack, then simply rotate between the 2 exits, taking shots at the thrusters. The Rocketeer will fire at you each time you peek, so take a shot or 2 and duck back inside towards the other exit. Rinse and repeat until both thrusters are taken out. Then it's paralyzed, and you could even pickaxe it to eliminate it if you wanted. Once you've thrown all of your snowballs, return to Speranza, collect your loot if you haven't already, and watch your score fly up the leaderboard. That's going to be it for me today, y'all. Thanks for watching.